What's going on, everybody? My name's Jonathan McNamee. You're watching That Guy Talks, and today we are doing a personality test. So I went on to Google, I typed in personality test, and the first one that popped up was personalityperfect.com. So I'll throw that link down below and you can take the test with me and we can compare notes. Let's just go over the guidelines for this particular personality test. First guideline is choose the answer that best describes you. Often your gut reaction is the best choice. Don't pick an answer because it's what society would want. Be true to yourself. And the last one is be honest as possible, even if you don't like the answer. I would like to see what your results are too, so throw them down in the comments. We can start a conversation. All right, let's get down to business. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. It's a Mulan. First question is, you're waiting in a long line. You chat with the person next to you or keep your eyes on your phone. I tend to keep my eyes on my phone. But if I do know somebody in line, I do go out of my way to say hello to them. Roommates. It is great to have someone at home when you get there, and you'd much rather be living by yourself. I think it's great to have roommates. I think coming home to an empty home would kind of be very lonely. Number 3, you're going on a day trip to the mountains. You plan out where you want to go and what you want to do, or you just get in the car and go. I am definitely very more spontaneous and I would just kind of go. Your desk is usually super organized or a jumble of everything you're working on. I am definitely a jumble of everything that I'm working on because it just seems to be piling, but I do get stuff done. Number 5, if you had to choose, you'd rather be an engineer or a designer. I think that I'd be more of the design, how it looks, how it's all that kind of stuff. I don't think that I'd be able to engineer a product. You are more interested in production and distribution or the design and research? I'm more into the production and distribution. For you, it's more common that your head rules your heart or your heart rules your head. I'm definitely more of a follow your heart than my head. It tends to get me into a lot of predicament situations. I follow my heart a lot more than I should. Number 8, you're more interested in doing things the most logical way or the grand way of tradition. I'm more of the logical way, for sure. Number 9, you are at a party with people you don't know. You're mingling with making new friends, or you're standing on the edge of the room wishing you were home. I'm definitely the mingle and making new friends and everything along those lines, for sure. Number 10, you've been assigned a complicated task at work. You'd like to have all relevant information before you start, or you'll have fun discovering the details as you go. I like to have all the relevant information beforehand, but I do kind of like discovering hiccups and everything along the way. It kind of develops more bold and more efficient. That's the word that I was looking for. I just blanked out for a little bit. Number 11, choose the word that describes you better. Conventional or creative? I'm definitely creative, as to the fact that I have a YouTube channel and I try to come up with YouTube ideas every week, Sundays in particular, and I've noticed that a lot of you guys who are watching are not subscribed. So hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell and get notified every time I put out a new video. And smash that like button too. Number 12, you've been introduced to a friend of friend. A friend to a friend of a friend. You become buddies on the spot. It will take a few more conversations before you open up. I'm more buddies on the spot. A friend of a friend is a friend of mine. I think I go by that mindset mostly because I just want everybody to have a good time. I don't think that, I'm gonna hide anything. I'm pretty much an open book anyway. Your friends would describe you as a very open person or a very private person. I'm a very open person. Given the choice, you'd rather see the world for what it is or see the world what it could be. I kind of see the world for what it is. Class projects are far better when you can be a part of a group, when you can work by yourself. I like working with a group to get different perspectives so that the whole collective creative feeling of a vibe of a group can move forward and prosper. Prearranged schedules, they provide necessary structure. They cramp my style. I think it provides a necessary structure. It's more about time management and making sure that you get everything done in a timely fashion. Number 17, people who organize their closets save a lot of time and hassle every morning should spend their time on some more fun. I organize my closets by work clothes, dress shirts, blazers. Your ideal partner is smart, reliable, and logical, passionate, sensitive, and romantic. Now, I'm kind of torn between these two because I think that all 6 of these adjectives describe somebody who is probably a perfect person, but not everybody is all of those. I think I would have to go with smart, reliable, and logical. Choose the word that best describes you better. Analytical or free-spirited? I'm definitely free-spirited. 20. Choose the word that describes you better. Method. I'm gonna have to Google this one. Methical, as an adjective, done according to systematic or established form of procedure. Okay. Methodical or spontaneous. I'm very spontaneous, as I said earlier in the episode. 21. Choose the word that describes you better. Orderly or messy? I'm definitely messy. My room, I just cleaned my room today, and it's been a mess for about maybe 3 to 4 weeks. Choose the word that best describes you better. Sensible or fascinating? I would think that I think I'm fascinating, to be honest. Choose a word that describes you better. Logical or emotional? I think I'm more logical. At work, you usually stick to the methods you were trained with, come up with new ideas in existing systems. I usually come up with new ideas for existing systems to try to teach and to try to coach and build up and try to see, because not everybody learns the same way. In any given weeknight, you would rather spend the evening with a group of people or spend the evening by yourself at home. I am definitely a group of people person. I do cornhole with my buddies Mike and Ryan that you see on some of the episodes before. We go every Monday night. Your boss is good-natured, but inconsistent. You'd prefer more reliability, even if it means sacrificing friendliness. You'd rather he remain friendly, even if it means staying unreliable. I think it's better to be more reliable than friendliness when you're in a management position, making sure that you make it clear that there's a fine line between friends and boss, and establishing that is very important early on. You've started a new business and it supports traditional values. It revolutionizes an industry. I think that if I were to start a new business, it would revolutionize an industry. It would just be able to adapt and move forward with the times, because everything's moving very quickly nowadays. Number 28, you'd consider it a compliment if someone called you a constant or reasonable person, or a person with depth of feeling. I think I'd go with the constantly more reasonable person. I like to be more understanding of most people and try to see from their point of view and my point of view, and then let them know so that we could be on the same wavelength of where each person is coming from. The results are in. Can I get a drum roll, please? I meant like the sound, not an actual drum. Thank you. The results are in, and it is an ENTP, the visionary. So the personality profile here is the personality description. Creative, smart, and charming. Values freedom. Likes to create ideas and theories. Doesn't like to be controlled. Competent and highly knowledgeable. Innovative, indigenous, and problem solving. Unusual. Those with the ENTP personality are some of the rarest in the world, which is completely understandable due to their unusual combination of traits. Although they are extroverts, they don't enjoy small talk and may not thrive in social situations, especially those that involve people who are different from them. ENTPs are intelligent, knowledgeable, and need constant mental stimulation. They have an ability to discuss theories and facts in extensive details. They are logical, rational, and objective in their approach to information and arguments. The strength, to unlock everything I need to pay for it? This is BS. But I guess being an extroverted, intuitive, thinking, and perceiving the visionary is pretty nice to think about. Visualizing the world as I see it and speaking everything into existence. So that was the results from my personality test. I'd love to see what your results were. Throw it down in the comments below on what your personality is. I'd love to start a conversation with you. And from all of us here at That Guy Talks, let's cue that music! Methadone? I'm gonna have to Google this one.